Alrighty then. Hello there! My name is Oshamon, and today is my last stream of the year! No! I know, it's tragic. Oh, this is it. Yeah, this is it. This is my last stream for the year before I go away. Well, before I head back home for the holidays to spend time with my family. So, yeah, what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be taking a look back at this past year. Having a look at just everything I've played, everything I've watched, everything I've listened to over the past year. Or at least everything I can remember from that. And we'll just talk a bit about my thoughts on everything. And, yeah, so without further ado, let's jump into it, shall we? This is 2024 in review. I've prepared a nice little presentation for you all. I did not have time to prepare a little thing to go up in the corner there, because I was very busy earlier going outside and watching one of the things that is included in this presentation. So, without any further ado, because this stream has already been delayed by 2 hours already, let's just jump into it. So, we're going to start off with the new releases. New games that released this year. So we've got Persona 3 Reload. We've got the Nintendo Switch version of Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door. We have Super Monkey Ball Banana Rumble. We've got Dungeons and Degenerate Gamblers, Mario Party Jamboree, Sonic X Shadow Generations, Planet Coaster 2, and Pokemon TCG Pocket. So, the first game of the year that I played, Persona 3 Reload. Absolutely fucking incredible. 10 out of 10, go play it. I know it's 100 hours to complete a single playthrough. Go fucking play it. It's amazing. Honestly. So, yeah. In terms of the writing and the story, amazing. No notes. C's, they feel like the best about party in any of the Persona games that I've actually played. I haven't had a chance to play 1 and 2 because they're so difficult to play if you live in the West at all. But yeah, C's feel far much better developed than the investigation team and the Phantom Thieves from Persona 4 and 5. And I think that's primarily down to their stories. The story of all the C's characters being much more intricately woven in throughout the story of the game, whereas the characters from the investigation team and the Phantom Thieves, all of their development, aside from their initial introduction arc, is locked behind their social link. The mechanics that originated in later games, such as Persona 5 Royal, have been adapted to fit the story and themes quite well. So, for example, the showtime attacks that you had in Persona 5 Royal have been implemented as theurgy, which, yeah, and that system as well with the theurgy is a bit more accessible than the showtime system was in Persona 5 Royal, because in comparison to when playing Persona 5 Royal, where showtimes felt quite random, the theurgies, you actually have a gauge to show them building up, and it tells you what builds up each character's theurgy gauge. And of course you've also got the the characteristics that give each of the characters their own specific buff, such as Yukari's healing being cheaper, and yeah, as an example, that's another carryover from Persona 5 Royal that's been adapted to fit Persona 3. The soundtrack, as ever for Persona games, is fucking incredible. I fucking love Full Moon Full Life. Yeah, I love the new version of Mass Destruction. Love It's Going Down Now. I love the whole fucking soundtrack. It's great. So yeah, Persona 3 Reload. If you haven't played it, go fucking play it. I haven't had a chance to finish episode Aegis, so I haven't really talked about it much yet. But what I have played has been good as well. So yeah, I highly recommend Persona 3 Reload. Go play it. Next, Paper Mario 1000 Year Door. Also fucking incredible. Yeah, 10 out of 10. No notes. Seriously, I don't actually have anything to say about this game that hasn't been said by other people a million times before, and in much better words than I can put them into in this very short presentation. So yeah, go play 1000 Year Door. It's fucking incredible. Like, yeah, it's one of the best games in the Mario series. I highly recommend it. Yeah. Next up, Super Monkey Ball Banana Rumble. Yeah, this one again, very fun, and it really, the levels are designed so that, like, they really reward improvement and experimentation. Like, it can get frustrating getting stuck on the same level for a while, but as you replay it and get better and better at that level, it feels so satisfying to finally hit the fucking goal. It really rewards the improvement at the level, and then it's also got you've got basically multiple objectives in the level as well. Those help reward the improvement and experimentation as well. The online, like the multiplayer stuff, is pretty fun as well. I haven't had anywhere near as much time with that as the single player campaign. Yeah, I will say I'm not great at Monkey Ball. This is like the second Monkey Ball game I've ever played after the DS one. So like, yeah, I have managed to complete the whole of the story mode, including all the extra levels. So yeah, it's one of those games where as you improve, the levels get more challenging as well, which is obviously good game design. But yeah, like some of the later levels are really fucking difficult. They're just so satisfying when you do complete them. So again, I definitely recommend Banana Rumble. Yeah. Dungeons and Degenerate Gamblers. It's addictive as fuck. So this game is a blackjack-inspired roguelike, published by Yogscast Games. It was part of the Games Collection this year as part of the Jingle Jam. It released back in August, but it's part of this year's Jingle Jam Games Collection, so that's how I got it. It's really fun. It's really challenging as well. Like, it takes a while to get used to the different card effects, and yeah, there's all kinds of batshit insane cards that you've got. Like, there's stuff like you've got obviously a standard deck of cards with your clubs, your spades, your diamonds, and your hearts. Each of those has a different effect. Like, each of the 4 suits has a different effect. So hearts, when you get your max score, heal you. Diamonds give you chips. Spades increases damage. No, spades give you shields, and then clubs increases damage. And then you've got all kinds of other cards, like you've got nothings, which aren't a member of any suit, so they don't have an effect. You've got some like Jack of all trades, which is part of every suit and has all of the effects at once. And then you've got like all kinds of fucking special. You've got negative cards, which bring the value down, and you've got all kinds of special cards, including all the major arcana of the tarot deck, in both normal and reversed. Each of those has their own effect. It's so fun. It's addictive as fuck. I haven't managed to get guys. I managed to beat the game on the default difficulty twice. There's 2 routes. I've completed a run of each route. Yeah, as I mentioned, I haven't played Balatro yet, unfortunately. So I haven't completed both of the gambling-inspired roguelites that released this year. But honestly, like Balatro, I've got to give it a mention for being incredible as well. I haven't had a chance to play it, but I have watched it. Did amazing at the Game Awards. I haven't actually played any of the games that were nominated for Game of the Year. Like, I need to play Metaphor as well. Like, that's one of the... Like, Metaphor, Balatro, Brothership, and Exit of Wisdom are, like, my 4 games from this year that I need to play. But yeah. On to the next game, which is Jamboree! Super Mario Party Jamboree. All the boards in this game are fucking great. Even Mario's Rainbow Castle. Fuck you, Stamp. You're wrong. I fucking love Capathlon. It's really fun. All the side modes as well. All the ones I've played are pretty enjoyable. The minigame selection, though, the one criticism I have of this game. The minigame selection in party mode does feel very limited, especially when you play without motion controls. Like, because the 110 plus minigames includes all of the minigames in Capathlon, all of the rhythm minigames from like Rhythm Kitchen, all of the ones from Battle of the Kaboom Squad, and all of the boss minigames, and all the showdown minigames. That leaves only about like 60 or 70. Well, I think it's about 70 to 80 total minigames that, for party mode. And then there's about a fifth to a quarter of those are motion control minigames. And so your normal minigame selection is about 50 to 60 minigames for party mode. And it shows. Like, there are so many, I've played so many games where you get the same game repeated, and it's not. It kind of detracts from the game as a whole, if I'm honest. Like, having the same minigame repeated constantly is not, it's not as enjoyable as previous minigames, previous Mario Party games. Like the dual minigames are incredibly lacking in this one. Like, there's only 5 dual minigames, one of which is motion based. So if you're playing without motion controls, that's 4 dual minigames. And like, you go back to like Mario Party 8, there are like 30, 40 dual minigames. Admittedly, a lot of them are dual versions of 4-player minigames and 2v2 minigames. But that's at the same time. It's like there's so little variety in the games you're actually gonna see in party mode that it just really detracts from the game as a whole, unfortunately. Like, that's the biggest thing that keeps me from saying Mario Party Jamboree is the best one ever. It's that minigame selection in party mode, because that is the main mode. That is your core focus of the Mario Party experience. And yeah, half the minigames don't appear in it. Like, there are fewer minigames that appear in party mode in Jamboree than there were in a lot of the previous games total, which is a shame. Next up, Sonic X Shadow Generations. 2 fucking incredible games for the price of 1, quite frankly. Sonic Generations, I'm not really going to focus much on. It's basically the same as the original 2011 version, except you don't have to deal with lives if you don't want to, so that makes it a bit more accessible for younger players, obviously. The level design for that is still as good as ever. The new Chow hidden in the levels as well, quite fun to collect. It's quite satisfying. And yeah, like, so the updated Sonic Generations, yeah, still great. What I really got to talk about Shadow Generations. It's so fucking good. Like, this game, holy fucking shit, is it amazing. Like, I as a Sonic fan, when Sonic X Shadow Generations was revealed, I was like, we're so back. When like we saw like gameplay, it's like, oh, we are so back. When it releases and it's as good as everything we saw, we are so fucking back with Shadow Generations. Like, the level design in this game, like, rivals, if not it surpasses the level design we had in Unleashed, the day levels. Like, the speed levels, like, honestly, this is the best boost game we've had in years. Like, Shadow Generations is fucking incredible. Like, even if it came on its own without Sonic Generations there, like, as like an extra, basically, I would say go buy Shadow Generations. You've got Sonic Generations as well. Yeah, you're getting two great games for the price of one. Fucking buy it. Fucking go play it. It's incredible. Yeah. Next up, Planet Coaster 2. And this is the only game from this year that I've played that I actually I can be quite negative about this one. Because so this game, I was pretty hyped up for it from that first reveal trailer when it showed off the water slides. I was like, oh, we are back, because like the original Planet Coaster development for that ended a good few years ago now. It's like 2020, something like 2020, 2019, something like that. Like, it hasn't been updated in years, and I've got over 500 hours in the original. Like, Planet Coaster is a great game. Planet Coaster 2 doesn't quite live up to it, quite frankly. It feels quite unfinished and rushed in several places. I think the most notable one is the water slide physics. Like, they don't quite work. The DLC practices as well feel kind of scummy. Like, so Planet Coaster 2 has had 2 paid DLC releases already, just a month and a half after its release. The first was the Deluxe Edition upgrade, which was like 3 rides. And yes, as someone who bought it, yeah. The second, the Thrill Seeker pack. Oh god. Why is the first DLC they released for this game, the first paid DLC that's not that's post-launch, why is the first paid DLC for this game post-launch just for fucking 4 or 5 new rides for like 8, I think it's like 8 quid, 10 quid, something like that? It's not worth it. There's no extra scenery pieces. It's just the rides. Like, we look at Planet Coaster 1, we had like the Adventure Pack, which added a few new rides and a shitload of the scenery. The Movie Pack, same. Spooky Pack, same. World's Fair, same. Like, Planet Coaster had several major DLC releases, which had not only rides, but a load of new scenery that they added to the game. And yeah, like, those, like, that like, Planet Coaster 2 compared to the original, even like with like, even ignoring all the DLC stuff, like, it lacks the scenery that Planet Coaster 1 had. And yeah, just in general, I found the first game much more fun than Planet Coaster 2. Unfortunately. Like, I really hope they get their shit together for the later patches. Like we do have like the first patch has added some stuff that was absent in the first game, such as separate load and unload platforms. But at the moment, I can't really recommend 2 over the first one, unfortunately. And the final new game for this year, Pokemon TCG Pocket. Let's go gambling! I fucking love the TCG Pocket. It is so much more accessible than the normal Pokemon TCG. I'm already level 20. I've been opening my packs. I love this. Like, this is great. Like, I find it so much more accessible than the normal Pokemon TCG because it's like you've got smaller deck size, less complicated rules. It's just, yeah, it's just fun. It's kind of, they've kind of, what they've done with it is they've looked at the Pokemon TCG, seen, sorry, I'm yapping too much, apparently. Oh. So they've looked at Pokemon TCG, looked, what's good? And what kind of feels like bloat? And that's what they've done. They've taken the good bits, they've removed some of the bloat. For example, like, in a normal Pokemon TCG deck, you have 60 cards. TCG Pocket is 20. Prize cards are gone. Instead, you just get points, and it's 3 points to win as opposed to 6. And you also don't have energy cards. So, the normal Pokemon TCG deck is 60 cards. About a third of which will be energy cards. Energy cards are gone, you just get energy each turn in TCG Pocket. Which means, so in effect that's knocked out a third of the third of the deck that you've dedicated to your energy cards. And then in terms like the actual Pokemon and items and supporter cards, yeah, you got about half the deck size, which fits the sort of pocket sort of idea of the gameplay. But yeah, I highly recommend it if you get the chance. It is free, it's on mobile, but yeah, give it a go. Okay, so now, the second section. We have the games I played for the first time this year. And we've got 6 of them that I can recall. Again, my memory is a bit shit. These are the 6 games that I know I played for the first time this year. So let's start off. Sonic Adventure. So, every character in this game is fun to play. Like, Sonic's fun to play, Tails is fun to play, Knuckles is fun to play, Amy's fun to play as, Gamma's fun to play as, even Big's fishing minigames are fun to play as. Like, every character is fun to play as. Open Your Heart still fucking slaps. Yeah, honestly, the game as a whole still holds up today. Like, the adventure era is kind of notorious for being quite janky. This one, when I played it, didn't have that much noticeable jank. Like, this game's pretty good. It still holds up. Like, I would recommend playing Sonic Adventure, like, if it really, like, as it is. Like, if it released today. Like, I would say, yeah, it's a fun game, you should go play it. Next, Sonic Adventure 2. The speed levels in this game are really fun, especially like City Escape, Radical Highway, Final Chase, Final Rush, all of them really, all the speed levels. So that's every level you play as Sonic or as Shadow. The mech and treasure hunt levels though are weaker than the first. I think the issue I've got with the treasure hunt levels is how the radar works in this game, where it only tracks one at a time, one piece of the Master Emerald at a time, or one Chaos Emerald, or whatever. as opposed to tracking all three. And then the mech levels, like the shooting gallery levels, they feel weaker because in the original, in Sonic Adventure, when you were playing as Gamma, how defeating enemies would work is you would have a time limit. And when you defeat an enemy, it adds to that time limit. Like, everything you shoot adds to your time limit, so you want to build up massive chains and combos and that. Tails and Eggman's levels in Sonic Adventure 2 don't have that, and they also feel quite sluggish as well, especially when you compare them to the speed levels, and like as well, they feel sluggish compared to Gamma's levels as well. So like, that's why those levels are lacking. Like, we don't need to talk about fucking Mad Space and that. But yeah, the story for this game is fucking iconic, and it's great. And then the controls. Oh, the controls. Don't put every action in your fucking game on a single fucking button. I don't want to fucking have the bounce mapped to the same button as the light dash. Because this has happened to me, and this has happened to multiple. But this is a thing that people know happens in Sonic Adventure 2. So like, especially in like some of the later levels, when you're trying to light dash and you bounce instead because you weren't close enough to the fucking rings, and it kills you. Fucking map them to different buttons. You had more than one button. Anyway, Sonic Heroes. Yeah, it's pretty fun. Like, it started off quite rough because it was quite janky. It took a bit of getting used to the jank, but overall, it's pretty fun. The vocal themes fucking slap. Especially Sonic Heroes, This Machine, and What I'm Made Of. Those three are peak. Yeah, like, it's not the best game ever, but I definitely say it's worth giving it a shot. It does have its issues, but overall, it's pretty fun. Shadow the Hedgehog. Yeah, I will not deny this game is a bit repetitive and definitely janky. Like, yeah, like, having to play through the story 10 times and take 10 different routes to get the true ending is, yeah, it's repetitive. However, he has a gun, and oh my god, honestly, using the gun in this game feels quite fun. Like, yeah, like, honestly, I found Shadow the Hedgehog surprisingly fun. Yeah, like, I definitely say give it a chance at the very least. Like, it's overall quite decent. Next up, Make Way, which released at the end of last year. It's a top-down racing game, where, yeah, it's kind of like Ultimate Chicken Horse, in that you build the track as you're going through. Like, it's like you get given pieces of the track to pick from and you place them, just like in Ultimate Chicken Horse with the obstacles. Yeah, and like Ultimate Chicken Horse, very fun, highly recommend. It's a great game to play with friends. Like, go get it, go get some friends to get it, get together, play a few games. It's a fucking blast. Like, genuinely, this is, like, it's such a fun game, honestly. And finally, we have Patrick's Powerbox, which is another game that was included in the Jingle Jam Games collection this year. released in 2022, and it's a very fun and creative puzzle-solving game. It is very challenging, because how it works is, yeah, basically like you've got puzzles and like I don't know quite how to explain it. It is quite trippy with how it works. It's like, in any case, I recommend it. It is really good. It's really enjoyable. It's another game that's quite addictive. Like the actual puzzles themselves are like really creative, and yeah, they're very like it gets very challenging, but they're so satisfying to solve the puzzles. Like, I highly recommend it. Next up, concerts that I went to. So I went to 3 concerts this year. So we have The Longest Johns, Good Kid, and Los Campesinos in order of me seeing them. So, first of all, The Longest Johns. I went to go see these guys. I went to go see them in Bristol over Easter. If you're not familiar with them, they are a sea shanty band. Well, like they do sea shanties mainly. And they're friends with the Yogscast. They've actually done some of the Jingle Jam streams for the past few years. This gig, loads of fun. Like I was in the pit. Like I was in the stalls. About 5 rows from the front. Absolutely a blast. If I ever go, I will go. No, if I ever go see them again. When I go see them again, I will be going in pirate garb. But yeah, it was loads of fun. I met them at the merch table after the show, and I actually, yeah, got a picture with them, as you can see. And I also got a video message for one of my friends. But yeah, it was an absolute blast of a time. Yeah, I highly recommend going to see them if you get a chance. Yeah. Next up, Good Kid. So I went to go see the guys. Good Kid. The music you are listening to right now is by Good Kid. The current song that's playing is the instrumental version of their song Mimi's Delivery Service. So yeah, I wanted to go see the guys in Bristol in September at their pirate themed show, because it was originally going to be at a venue called Thekla, which is a boat, and then the venue got upgraded. But they'd already asked if they should do it pirate themed, and everyone's like, fuck yeah. I got the VIP upgrade, which was well fucking worth it. I met all of them after the VIP 6 set, although I didn't manage to get pictures with them all, but I did get them to sign my VIP upgrade like poster. Yeah, I got a bunch of swag from that game. And yeah, I got given a signed copy of Good Kid 4 on vinyl, which actually sits above my desk while I stream. As you can see here, this I was given for free by Good Kid at that show because they really liked my pirate outfit. So yeah, I gotta put that back behind my amiibo. There we go. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, no, it was yeah, like honestly, one of my prized possessions. Yeah, welcome on in. I hope you're having a good day. Yeah. So yeah, so I got that because they liked my outfit. Like I was pretty close to the actual stage because I obviously bought the VIP upgrade. I got in early because they had an exclusive acoustic set. If you get free stuff at gigs because of a pirate outfit, then you've won at life. True. I am one of life's biggest winners, apart from the getting laid part. I'm depressingly single at this point. But yeah, no, like I got loads of goodies at that gig. Like this pin was for the VIP upgrade. We also we also had like lanyards that were part of the VIP upgrade. And then, along with the EP, I was given some sticker sheets and another pin. And all of that was in a tote bag. And then I had also bought a tote bag and a hoodie earlier as well. So yeah, like I got loads of stuff from the Good Kids show. Like that was a really great show. But yeah, finally, the last gig I went to go see this year was Los Campesinos, who I went to go see in Birmingham a week after I went to go see Good Kid. I actually got barrier for this show as well. Like this is the first time I've ever gotten barrier at a concert. So that was really great. So Gareth, the lead singer, actually made like direct eye contact with me for the second verse, like the entire second verse of the song Clown Blood or Orpheus Bobbing Head, which I was actually wearing the t-shirt for that song, and I think that's why he picked like me out of the audience, because if I recall correctly, that was part of the encore. But yeah, at the end, I actually got given one of the drumsticks as well, which I also have with me. Here we go. This is one of the drumsticks used by Los Campesinos at that show. So yeah, like that was again an absolute blast. Yeah, I also bought more merch there. The other one right here. Yeah, I only have one of the drumsticks. The others were given out to other people, obviously. But yeah, I do still have the pirate outfit from the Good Kid show. So I'll be keeping that for when I go. I've worn it. I've worn it all since as well for a ski social, and then I'll also be wearing it when I go see Longest John's next. But yeah. Next up, we have albums and EPs. There are some things that I haven't listed on here that technically released this year. For example, I was speaking to my friend at this show. Oh, nice. Oh, nice. So you actually have one of the other ones. Nice. Yeah, no, that show was really, really fun. Genuinely. I spoke to quite a few people at that show. Like I can barely remember anyone I talked to because it's just all a blur. Yeah, the only problem I had was the fact that it's Birmingham and it's time to slag off Birmingham. Here we go. I fucking hate Birmingham. It's a shit city. It's such a fucking nightmare to get around Birmingham. Honestly, like I had a nightmare trying to find parking to get at the when I was driving to the show. I had a nightmare trying to find my way back to the fucking place I parked, and I had a nightmare actually getting out of Birmingham as well. I mean, yeah, it's terrible. Like Birmingham is the one place I can safely say that I've nearly gotten into a car crash that fully was not my fault, but there was fully the other drivers were driving like lunatics. But anyway, albums and EPs for this year. We've got All Hell by Los Campesinos, Good Kid 4, you're referring to the tree like with the train. That's great to hear, honestly. But, you know, I was driving because I did not have time to get the last train back up I did not have the time to get the last train back up here, unfortunately. But yeah, so we've got the albums and EPs I've listened to this year, or I should say the new releases I've listened to this year. All Hell by Los Campesinos, Good Kid 4 and Acoustic Kid by Good Kid, Voyage by The Longest Johns, who have also released a compilation album of a bunch of songs that were previously released on their YouTube channel called Caught in the Net Volume 1, which I'm not really talking about, but that's another one that I have listened to this year. We've got This Life Deluxe Edition by Take That, Satellites by The Script, Posthuman Next Gen by Bring Me the Horizon, Loom by Imagine Dragons, Grief Chapter by Mother Mother, who have also released they've also re-released their very first ever EP, the Mother EP, and a collection of demos as well this year. Then we've also got Coco Moon Deluxe by Owl City, and Moon Music by Coldplay. So, All Hell by Los Campesinos. Yeah, 11 out of 10. It's absolutely fucking incredible. This album is literally, all bangers. Like, every song on this album fucking slaps. Like, genuinely, All Hell, more like all bangers. Like, my top 15 most played songs of this year was the entirety of this album. Like, it's my top album for basically every month of the year. It's my top album of the year. It's so fucking good. Like, genuinely, this is in my top 5 best albums all time. Like, if you haven't, go listen to All Hell. It's so fucking good. Like, I could gush for ages about this album and the songs on it. But we'll get to that. We'll get to that a bit more later. Up next, Good Kid 4 by Good Kid. Yeah, the whole EP slaps. No notes, really. Go listen to it. The only song from it that I don't have on my stream playlist is their cover for From the Start by Leve. The rest of the other 5, which are Bubbly, Summer, Break, Premiering, and Dance Class, they're all in the stream playlist, the instrumental versions at least. Go listen to it. The whole EP slaps. It's great. Next up, Acoustic Kid, which is actually the B-side of that vinyl I have. This is acoustic versions of some of Good Kid's songs. So they've got new versions of Down with the King and Slingshot from EP2, and No Time to Explain, First Rate Town, and Madeline from EP3. All of them are, yeah, they're all great. I think the weakest on there is the acoustic version of Slingshot, because it's not the full song. It's only like the first verse and chorus, really. It's kind of an outro. But the rest of it's great. Like the new versions of First Rate Town and Madeline, the new version of First Rate Town is entitled Second Rate Town. Yeah, they both rival the originals, if not surpass them. So Second Rate Town is basically the original version of First Rate Town before like that was originally wrote before it was included on EP3. And then the new version of Madeline is a collaboration that they did with Loop. So it's a bit of a duet. And yeah, it's great. I recommend it. 100% agreed about the Madeline acoustic. The harmonies in that are amazing. Yeah, honestly, the new. I mean, technically, both versions of Madeline are acoustic, but the version with Loop definitely rivals, if not surpasses, the original. Like, some of the harmonies they did were just great. Like, yeah, I highly recommend both Good Kid 4 and Acoustic Kid. Heck, I recommend just listening to all of Good Kid stuff anyway. There is a reason I have them as my stream music. Anyway, up next, Voyage, The Longest Chance. Yeah, it slaps. Again, no notes, listen to it now. I'd say my favourite songs from it are The Hlandogger, which they fucking mispronounce. because they say it as Landogger when it should be Landogger. Well, yeah, that's about as close as you're gonna get to me doing the Welsh double L, because I can't do it properly. But it is a Welsh word. They should be saying it differently. They're saying it as Landogger, not Landogger. That's the only complaint I have, and that just arrives from one of my friends going to uni in Wales and complaining about it to me. but it slaps. Whiskey is the Life of Man slaps. John the Red Nose. Eddie West. Yeah, the whole thing. Just go listen to it now. But yeah. Comedy. Yeah. Voyage is honestly, I think of all of the Longest John's albums, it's the one I will consistently listen to basically every song on that. I love the Longest John's, but pretty much every single album has at least one song that I'm like, nah, I'd rather skip. Voyage, nah, nothing. This deluxe version by Take That, yeah, it's good. So this the basic version released last year. So I won't really be talking too much about this life, although yeah, it's a good album. The new singles that they've released that as part of the deluxe version are pretty good. And Patience by Take That, which is a song, which is their comeback single that was originally on their 2006 album, Beautiful World. Patience is my favorite song of all time. There is no topping that song. It is my favorite song of all time. Lots of songs come, there are lots, beyond Patience, I cannot decide, my top 10 songs. But Patience is solid number one. I always love hearing the new live version of it. So yeah, that's a fun little bonus for the deluxe version of this live. Satellites, by The Script. Yeah, it's a little up and down, but it's good overall. If you like The Script, I'd recommend it. It is glad to see them continuing on after one of the members passed away last year, I think it was. But yeah, it's a little up and down, but it's still got that soul in it. It feels like The Script. It is good overall. If you like The Script, give it a listen. Post-Human Next Gen by Bring Me the Horizon. Woo! This, for me, until All Hell was released, was the album of the year. It is so fucking good. Again, I highly recommend it. It is another album that is oops, all bangers. This album has been kind of drip-fed to us for the past couple of years with singles releases. So half the album was released as a single, as singles. But yeah, this album, it's so fucking good. Highly recommend it. If you are a fan of Bring Me the Horizon, go listen to it. If you're not a fan, go listen to it. This, of all their albums, I think Post-Human Next Gen is the one that strikes the balance between the sort of softer stuff that the hard rock fans despise, and the harder stuff that they did towards the start of their career. This, I would say, is the perfect balance. This album is so fucking good. So yeah, go listen to it. Next up, Loom by Imagine Dragons. It's kind of grown on me since it released. It's okay. Aside from the second version of Eyes Closed, which they did with J Balvin, I don't know, the one which had Spanish on it, it's kind of shit. It feels a bit ham-fisted. But yeah, it's okay. It still feels like Imagine Dragons, But at the same time, it's probably their weakest album yet. Like Mercury Act 1 and Act 2. Act 1 in particular took a while to grow on me. But it's still quite good. Loom, I'm gonna be honest, some of it feels a bit generic. It is probably their weakest album to date. I am going to see them on their Loom tour next year. Bring Me the Horizon I also want to see next year if I can. But yeah, Loom is probably Imagine Dragons' weakest album so far, which is unfortunate. Next up, we have Grief Chapter by Mother Mother, which is probably... Yeah, I agree about it being the weakest, but I like most of the songs on it, so... with Loom, I will say, I do still like the... I like Imagine Dragons. I like the songs on there, aside from the second version of Eyes Closed. But it's definitely, none of it sticks out to me like stuff on Night Visions and none of it sticks out to me like it did on any of their previous albums. But yeah, anyway. Next up, we got Grief Chapter by Mother Mother, which is probably their most consistent album to date, in my opinion. The thing with Mother Mother is I like their stuff, but similarly to The Longest Johns, most albums have a song that I feel depending on my mood, I will skip. Grief Chapter doesn't. The full thing is great. This is another one that you should listen to. Explode is great. It starts off great with Nobody Escapes. Explode's great. Flipping The Matrix, Normalize, To My Heart. Yeah, the whole thing's great. I definitely recommend Grief Chapter as Mother Mother's best album, personally. The highs aren't quite as high as, for example, Inside and Oh My Heart, which I will say Oh My Heart is Oh My Heart and Inside are my two those are my two those are the other top two other two albums in the top three for Mother Mother. I'd say Grief Chapter pips them because it's more consistently good, as opposed to having really great songs but also some that are kind of meh. So yeah, if you want to try listening to Mother Mother, highly recommend Grief Chapter. Yeah. Next up, Coco Moon Deluxe. So Coco Moon again was Owl City's album that released last year. Their first album in about 3-4 years since Cinematic. But yeah, Coco Moon's still good. Love it. The new songs, which there's two brand new songs for this deluxe version. Car Trouble and Boston, which is a cover. I cannot remember the original artist though. But yeah, they're both great. And the new versions of Adam Check Please and Under the Circus Lights are great as well as getting instrumentals for the Tornado. I think it's the Tornado. I think it's called the Tornado. And Dinosaur Park, I quite enjoy. Again, definitely recommend giving it a listen if you have the chance. I will say, it's tough to say whether Coco Moon Deluxe is Owl City's best album, because I just fucking love all of Owl City's albums. Quite frankly, I love Owl City. But yeah, that's the last of our albums for the year. And I'm going to take a quick break now, before we talk about... wait, no, we got one more album. Moon Music by Coldplay. Yeah, it's alright. I haven't really had a chance to listen to it much. It will probably grow on me like Music of the Spheres did, but at the minute, it's kind of sitting at as my least favorite Coldplay album, quite frankly. I do like Coldplay. I do want to go see them live. And then more recent stuff is kind of tough to get into. especially with the more experimental stuff that they've done lately. So yeah, if you like, I mean, everyone's heard of Coldplay. Like, if you like Coldplay, we'd probably give it a go. See what you think. Maybe give it a few more goes, but hopefully it might grow on you. If you're not a fan of Coldplay, probably give it a skip. And if you're gonna listen to any Coldplay, go listen to one of the. Go listen to Viva La Vida or Milo Xyloto. They're the best ones, in my opinion. But yeah, with that said and done, up next we've got. We're gonna take a break for now, but after that we're gonna talk about all these songs listed here, and I'll talk about my songs, my opinions on them. But yeah, for now we're gonna take a break. I'll be back in a few minutes. Go get a drink, go get some food. I'll see you in a sec. Alrighty, and we're back. So, songs I want to talk about. First of all, we have The Bandit by James Courier from the Turnip Boy Robs a Bank original soundtrack. So, this is one of the other games. This is one of the games I own that released this year, but I have not played. I really want to play this game at some point. I have, however, watched RT gameplay. And that's why I want it. Because I have seen it, it looks so much fun. But the song we are here to talk about. The Bandit is... This song is from the finale. This is the credit scene to the game, and it fucking slaps. Oh my god! Like all of these songs here slap. Like this song, it not only does it slap, but it fits the themes of the game well. Yeah, like this is one of the games I'm going to be playing next year. I will be playing this game on stream next year, come January. This will be one of my streams during January. I'm saying that now. We are playing Turnip Boy Robs a Bank. Next up, we've got about half of All Hell. Let's be fucking honest right here. So, A Psychic Wound. Yeah, so this was the first song from All Hell that anyone ever heard. When they played it at their gig at Troxy. And yeah, like I listened to this. I saw the sort of. So I didn't listen to it. I actually no. I did listen to one of the videos that people filmed of it, and then I didn't really listen to it until they released it as a single. But yeah, like Psychic Wind, I love it. It's great. Like it is. It's like. Like just hearing it, like for the first time, from the shitty video someone took at that gig, like with the derpy ass audio for a gig recording. Yeah, like it. Oh, it was like, oh, we are so fucking back. Yeah. Then next up. Beast of Tongues, again, from All Hell. This was the first single released from the album. So this was the first one that you could actually properly listen to. And it was like, oh yeah. Again, this was... We are so bad. Like, again, like, I have no notes. Like, again, like, All Hell is just all bangers. Like, genuinely... I freaking love it. I 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 love all of them so much. But next up is Clown Blood or Orpheus Bobbin Head, which is one of the album tracks from All Hell. This one I actually have the t-shirt for. Annoyingly, the t-shirt is very flaky. Like the design flakes off really easily, which is a shame. But because it's, not only does it get everywhere, but I really like the design of the shirt. But I will still wear it, but yeah. The song itself, oh, it's great. Like this song, I definitely love. Like this is one of the songs where if I'm driving in the car and it plays, I'm belting it. Like I'm screaming out. Nobody knows why she's worrying about me. Like I'm screaming it out. I don't care how good it sounds when I'm in the car. Like if I was trying to sing it properly for like a karaoke stream, which we didn't manage to fund in Jingle Jam, but oh well. But yeah, like if I was singing it properly, yeah, I'd be actually trying to sing it properly. But oh my god, it's so much fun. But yeah, next up, KMS. Again, Los Campesinos, All Hell. So this was the third single, if I recall correctly. Again, like this song. So this song primarily features Kim as the lead vocalist, with Gareth taking over for like the second verse, really. It might even be third. I can't remember. But, like, the majority of it is led by Kim, which is honestly quite refreshing to hear. Like, it definitely stands out among Los Campesinos' discography. It's another really good song from a really good album. I still have more of All Hell to gush about. Next up we have Moonstruck, which this one I think might just be my favorite song of the album. It fucking slaps. Like, I have played this song for people who don't listen to Los Campesinos, have never heard of Los Campesinos. It's like, yeah, this is the one I want to play for them. That is how good Moonstruck is. This is one of the two songs I actually filmed part of at the gig. I filmed this one and what Death Leaves Behind, which is another one that I actually have a t-shirt for. But Moonstruck, fucking love it. Like, the main reason I didn't film the entire thing was just because I went so fucking hard with Moonstruck, because I fucking love this song. Like, it is so good. Like, it is, like, not only is it like, it's just, I can't stop gushing. Like, it's so high energy. It is great. I love it. Finally, for All Hell, we have 0898 Heartache, which is, I believe, the final single. I can't remember which way round they released KMS and 0898. But yeah, 0898 Heartache, again, absolute banger. Yeah, just, there are other songs from All Hell that I haven't got much to talk about here. But yeah, you should listen to all of them. The whole album is great. Like, it is one of, like I said earlier, All Hell, one of the best albums I've ever heard. Genuinely, go listen. Like, again, like 0898 High, absolutely stunning. Especially the end bit. Yeah. Next up, Good Kid songs from Good Kid 4. We got a couple of them listed here. So we got Bubbly, which, yeah, like this song is actually, like, the lyrics are quite relatable because it's about, like, social anxiety and stuff. And yeah, like going out and stuff. It's a good one. And yeah, it's like, I definitely recommend listening to it. And then the other one I've got is Summer, again from Good Kid 4. This is the one I played to non-Good Kid fans. Like this Summer is the song I've played to non-Good Kid fans, like to people who don't listen to Good Kid. And I really freaking love Summer. Like, it is so good. Like, and especially live. Like, this is one of the songs where it is super fun to listen to it live because of how it's written. Like, I love just shit. Like, I love the atmosphere of, like, just a whole room of 1,000 people shouting, "This can't be the end! This can't be the end! This can't be the end! This can't be the end of all that Summer had to say." The song that is playing is not Summer, by the way. It's not Summer. I can't remember which one it is. But again, Summer, highly recommend. Go listen to it. And the last song I've got on here, for songs of this year, which I know released last year, don't get on at me. I only listened to it for the first time this year. And that is Hot to Go by Chapel Roan. And yeah, what can I say? H-O-T-T-O-G-O. You can't take me hot to go. It fucking slaps. Honestly, I fucking love it. Yeah, like I don't have much more to say about it, honestly. Like, yeah. Like, this song is one of the ones that is, yeah, I listen to it a lot. But that's all I can say, really. With that done, we are on to the next part of this slideshow, which is Film and TV! This is films and TV shows that I've watched this year that we will be talking about. Doctor Who Season 1, or Series 14 if you want to call it that, to differentiate from old Who. We got The Traitors, specifically the UK version. We've got Sonic the Hedgehog 3. I will not be saying any spoilers for any of these shows, by the way. Any of these shows or movies, there will be no spoilers. Anyone posts a spoiler in chat, they will be banned. This is your warning. No spoilers in chat. Especially for Sonic 3. Do not disappoint Shadow. Okay? Anyway. Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Got Hell's Kitchen Season 22, The American Dream. And we got The Legend of Vox Machina Season 3. First up, Doctor Who. I have a lot of thoughts on Doctor Who. Anyone who's seen the beanie I normally wear will know that I quite like Doctor Who, as evidenced by the My Pride flag TARDIS pin I've got on there. So, Space Babies. Yeah, it's a bit of a rough start. I'm going to be honest. It feels very my best comparison for Doctor Who Season 1 is Series 2, which was Tennant's first series. In that it's very up and down. Like, there's some good stuff in there, and there's some really bad stuff in there. Except, with Season 1, honestly, I would say the lows aren't quite as low as the lows in Series 2 were. But the highs are probably a bit higher. But yeah, like, Space Babies is the weakest episode here. Like, it's a bit of a rough start. It very much suffers from bits that they cut and bits that were cut, like what was cut and what was kept in. Because one of the things that we know was cut was a TARDIS scene at the start of the episode where they played the song Push the Button. And then they made jokes about Push the Button later in the episode. But then those jokes don't land because the original scene with the setup was cut. Which is unfortunate, and it does harm the episode a bit. And then the premise is also, yeah, it's a bit silly. It's very camp, and it's not camp in the good way, like some of the later episodes are. The Devil's Chord was good. The pacing was a bit off though. The end feels a bit rough. Like, the climax of the episode feels quite rushed, so they can squeeze in the musical finale. Boom! One of the best episodes we've had in years. Like, admittedly, like, it's not, like, to say, it is not a hard, like, admittedly, when saying, oh, this is one of the best Doctor Who episodes we've had in years, the bar is on the floor thanks to Chibnall era. Because that was, like, we have been stuck with Chibnall era since 2018. Like, the stuff from last year and this year has definitely been better than anything from 2018 through to 2022. Overall, Space Baby is probably on par. well, for the most part, there is like one shining star out of that whole era, which was Haunting of Villa Diodati. But I'm getting sidetracked, and Space Babies could probably be below Villa. But getting sidetracked. Boom, one of the best we've had in years. Like, I think out of all of the like Doctor Who we've had in the past couple of years, I would say the two best episodes are Boom and Wild Blue Yonder. Yeah. 73 yards. Definitely quite unique. I quite like it. I have heard people say they don't like it. But I quite liked it. It felt like what they were going, like it felt what they were, like the supernatural sort of horror-y kind of story that they were going for. I quite liked it. Dot and Bubble's good. It's like like the run of like 4 episodes from Boom to Rogue is really good as a whole. Dot and Bubble out of those 4 is the one I have the least to say about. But yeah, it's a good episode. There are like, I fucking love the stupid man traps. They're fun. But yeah, and yeah, I kind of agree with the AI that decided to kill everyone there. They were all shitty people. Quite frankly. But anyway, Rogue. Yeah, Rogue was really enjoyable. Had fun like Bridgerton styling, very fun, very camp, but in the good way. And yeah, I want to see Rogue, the character Rogue, return as well. I freaking love him. He's probably just going to be a one-off, but so he's such a good character. And yeah. Anyway, on to the two-parter finale. Legend of Ruby Sunday did a really pretty good. It's a good part 1. Like it did quite a lot of, like it did great setup. The actual, like the cliffhanger ending was great. And then Empire of Death is decent. Yeah, the payoff kind of feels quite underwhelming though. Like that's the big issue with Empire of Death. Like a lot of payoff, especially to like some of the season-long arcs, feels quite underwhelming. That's like the one issue I have with it. Overall, it's better than any of the Doctor Who we've had in a while, aside from like the specials last year. Though it could have done with like a few more episodes to pad it out a bit more and give it a bit more time to breathe, as well as some more downtimey scenes, so that we could really get to know the 15th Doctor and Ruby. Like at the moment, Ruby feels like one of the weaker companions that isn't from Chibnall era, because like they don't, like there's chemistry there, but it feels kind of forced because they haven't really set the time aside to develop it. That's my issue with Ruby as a companion. But overall, decent. Yeah, better than anything we had during the Chibnall era. Can't wait for season 2 or series 15. Up next, The Traitors. I fucking love a good social deduction game. It's definitely really fun to see a social deduction game from an omniscient perspective. Like knowing who's the bad guy and who's the good guy. It's great to watch. And yeah, it's really entertaining. Like honestly, like I would love to go on The Traitors if possible. Like I would absolutely love to be on there. I love me a good social deduction game. I love Among Us. I love Town of Salem. I haven't played either of them in ages, but I fucking love them. What can I say? Gaslighting your friends is great fun. But yeah, definitely recommend The Traitors. Definitely a good watch. Yeah. Anyway, Traitors is which season did I enjoy more? Ooh. I think I honestly enjoyed season 2 more. Season 2, so I watched both. I watched season 2 and then season 1. I enjoyed season 2 more, just because it felt like the traitors in season 2 were a bit better with the gameplay, personally. And I quite liked that. Like, it felt like they were actually, like, pretty good at it. So yeah, that I definitely I enjoyed both seasons. Season 2 I preferred, personally. Yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog 3 I watched literally just before the stream. It's absolutely fucking incredible. I say I watched literally just before stream. This is the reason stream was delayed by 2 hours. Okay, I got back here about 7 and had to go cook. Actually, no, I didn't get back here until after 7, which is when I normally start. And then I had to go cook myself dinner because I was starving. And also put together this slideshow. But yeah, it's absolutely incredible. It is the best of the Sonic movies. I'm not going to spoil anything. Don't worry, I'm not going to give you spoilers. I will not upset Shadow. Go fucking watch it. Make sure you stay for both post-credit scenes, okay? There's one after the first set of credits, and there's one after the second set of credits. Okay? Stay for both. Okay? Make sure you stay for both. Both of them are important. Both of them set stuff up. Okay? That I won't say anything more. Stay for both the post-credit scenes. Go watch it. It's the best of the 3 Sonic movies. It's so fucking good. Genuinely, this film was so fucking good that I will actually go and watch it again over Christmas. Quite frankly, I want to go see it again. Mainly because during our screening this evening, there was one person. There's one person, teenage fucking girl, who was the most miserable fucker I've ever heard in a movie theater. Like, people giggling, she's like, "Oh, it's not that funny!" And it's like, shut the fuck up! It's like, it's a kid's film, and it is funny. Have a little fucking whimsy in your life. Like, I literally, if you get to use, have a bit of whimsy in your life. As a comeback, you know someone's a miserable cunt. But yeah, even despite that, great fucking film. Go watch it, genuinely. And I cannot recommend it enough. Go watch it. If there is one movie you see this year, go watch. Make sure you've seen the first 2 as well. I still need to go watch the Knuckles TV show. But yeah, I love Sonic 3. It was great. Yeah, I could gush about this for hours, but I won't because of spoilers. Hell's Kitchen: The American Dream, which was Hell's Kitchen season 22, which is technically last year's season, I know, but I couldn't watch it until this year. I can't watch the new one yet because I live in the UK. Yeah, no, it's standard Hell's Kitchen, really fucking enjoyable. This is the most talented cast they've had in years. Genuinely. Like, the talent level on The American Dream is insane. I highly, highly recommend it. It's really fucking good. Finally, Legend of Vox Machina Season 3. I have not finished this yet. I have been meaning to finish it. I have not gotten chance to. It is definitely as good as the first 2 seasons, at a minimum. I can't say whether it's better than until I have finished it, but again, highly recommend Legend of Vox Machina. Really great show. Yeah, it's crit roll. It's great. I do like the dig at Tiberius. I think it was who was the it was one of the original characters from Campaign 1 who got kicked. Because the guy was kind of a dick at the time. So yeah, There was a fun bit of dragging Tiberius, kinda. But yeah. Finally, well, I say finally, we've got YouTube stuff. So, we're going to be talking, for this we'll be talking about Jetlag the game, Wildlife, reverse trivia from the technical difficulties, Defunctland's new video, and some Jingle Gem stuff that I wasn't involved in. So, Jetlag the game, seasons 8 through 12. So that is Arctic Escape, Hide and Seek Switzerland, Australia, Tag Your It 3, and the currently airing season 12, Hide and Seek Japan. All of them super fun as ever. Like, just go watch them. Like, seriously, go fucking watch Jetlag. I fucking love Jetlag. They're so great. Like, yeah, like, Jetlag is really fun. I highly recommend it. Yeah. Anyway, Wildlife. We fucking love the Life series. So Wildlife, for anyone who doesn't know, is the 6th Life series. After Third Life, Last Life, Double Life, Limited Life, and Secret Life. And also Real Life, which was a special for April Fool's this year. But yeah, we fucking love the Life series. It's really fun to watch from any of the 18 perspectives. The 3 I recommend most are Grian, Scott's Major, also known as Dang That's a Long Name, and Joel Smallish Beans. Those are the 3 I recommend most. However, all of them are great. We love the Life series. We do indeed love the Life series. I will not spoil who wins, okay? Go watch it yourself. Because, like, this finished, like, last week. Go watch it. It's fun. Like, it's great. Like, the twist for this series is that each session has a different wild card. And, yeah, all the wild cards are really fun. It's great. Go watch it. It's amazing. Like, genuinely, like, I know Green is sad, dude doesn't really like the idea of comparing them, but I will say Wildlife is one of my favorites of all of them. Like I'd say Wildlife, Limited Life, Last Life, and Secret Life for me are the best. Like, and I know I'm saying that's like that's 2/3 of them, but yeah, no, I don't quite like Double Life or Third Life as much as the others. Partly just down to the just the pacing of Third Life, and then the like relative like I don't know. I just didn't find Double Life as entertaining. But that just might have been a case of I wasn't watching it from the previous. But it might just be that I prefer them with the larger cast. In any case, up next, technical difficulties. Yeah, Tom Scott hasn't quite retired. He has come back now, over on the Technical Difficulties YouTube channel, which for anyone who doesn't know, the Technical Difficulties are his sort of group of friends, basically from university, from his time at, on University Radio York. And so they consist of Tom Scott, of course, Matt Gray, Gary Brennan, and Chris Joel. And what they've done now is they have revived their original reverse trivia format from the podcast days. Before they did the series that I know them from, which was Citation Needed. But yeah, it's that original format with some slight tweaks. So instead of using an old deck of cards from the 1984 version of a like trivia game, they now have specially written question cards. Although they did do one episode where they did questions from the 2004 version. Yeah, highly recommend it. Go watch it. If you like Tom Scott and you want to see more of him doing something that a bit less informational, a bit more fun, highly recommend it. Next up, Defunctland's new video. This is new to animatronics, A Living History. New Defunctland just dropped. Highly recommend it as ever. I fucking love Defunctland. Like, this video, it's all about the history of like how the development of animatronics. And yeah, I highly recommend it. Go watch it. It's really fucking good. Two hours that I gladly will give up again. I will gladly rewatch any Defunctland video. Finally, we've got the Jingle Jam stuff that I wasn't part of. So on the Yogs Cast side, the Hat Films music stream, Civ 5 and Poker Night were highlights as ever. And I do have to give a special shout out to my mate Alex, who was up for 72 hours as part of the fundraising for Insanity Radio's campaign, which they're the student radio station at his university. He was up for 72 fucking hours streaming for that, which is absolutely insane. I genuinely would have rated them on the after my first part of Sonic and the Secret Rings had they not been banned on Twitch, because they got banned immediately after starting their stream on Twitch. With the speculation is that they got banned for impersonation of themselves. But yeah, they did have Turbo on as a guest, which that is great. But yeah, go check all of that out if you have time. Like, it is a lot. I will admit it's a lot. Like, these are live stream VODs. Like the Insanity Radio fundraiser isn't all there. Some of the VODs got caught by YouTube, unfortunately. The segment with Tubbo is there. I recommend that. Like that segment they had Tubbo on is probably like that's the one bit that is there that I know is there that I would recommend going back and watching. Unfortunately, the bit where me and some of my mates made Alex eat a raw egg is not. But go check all of that out if you have the time. And to wrap up my year in review, let's talk about the stuff I did. So, yeah, I've done a few things this year. So, first of all, yeah, I've returned to streaming regularly. So I have not streamed regularly in about 3-4 years. Like, since I started uni, basically, I have not had a regular stream schedule. That's mainly been down to the number of hiatuses and stuff like that I've had due to mental health while being at uni. Like, I am so glad to be like in a place mentally where I can stream regularly and like enjoy myself with streaming so much. And like I'm loving streaming again. And of course I can't not mention, of course, the new overlays we have. That I've made over the past few years, and the updated background as well since I came out. Honestly, like the full rebrand of everything has been great. I really felt so positive about creating again, which, yeah, honestly, I don't like really talking about my personal life and mental health stuff that often. But like, genuinely, I've been in a much better place mentally this year. And I've really, like, that passion I had when I started this channel and like my YouTube channel, that has really come back. Especially with the Mario Kart video, which, if you haven't seen, it is 6 hours long. It took a long time to make. Like, I started on that back at the start of 2023. Like, this, like, honestly, like, like, from the start of the year, I was so excited to get that finally finished. And it took a long time. Like, I was editing that video and, like, finishing off the strip for the majority of summer. Like, alongside doing uni stuff. Like, the majority of my summer, I was working on that Mario Kart video in the background. Like, that was the big thing. Like, that I was pushing to get out before I came back to uni. 6 hours. It took so long to edit. I'm so proud of how it came out. Would I change it a bit? Yeah. Like, obviously I'm a bit better at stuff now. But, like, for the me back then, I'm so proud of it. Yeah, edited Mario Party VODs, they were going to be on the way, but they've kind of fallen on the back burner to uni stuff, and also I'm planning on changing editing software after I finish the Horrorland VOD. Because, yeah, like, some of the stuff I want to do is a bit too tedious to do in the current editing software. Next up, the Jingle Jam. So, of course, I mentioned stuff that other people did, like the Oddscast and my mate Alex, over on the Insanity Radio channel. But, of course, I also did some Jingle Jam fundraising myself this year. And, yeah, for my first time ever, raising money for charity, and as quite a small streamer, I was not expecting much. Like, yeah, we did have quite a high goal, however, that was more because all of those were basically stretch goals. That was like oh, I'm aiming to hit £1,000, as if we hit £1,000, I will be over the fucking moon and I will do this. But yeah, so overall, we didn't manage to hit any of our stretch goals. We did manage to raise £47 for all 8 incredible causes. So thank you all to everyone who donated and everyone who tuned in. Like, honestly, like, yeah, like, thank you all for tuning in during the Jingle Jam. Like, it was genuinely a lot of fun. I do wish I could have gone a bit longer with some of the streams, such as the second Splatoon weapon pick stream, and I do kind of wish I had some more ideas and had planned it out a bit more further in advance, but that's stuff for Jingle Jam next year. But in any case, finally, collabs, because of course we have done a fair few collabs this year, as well as all the solo stuff. Yeah, I want to give a huge shout out to all of the people I've collabed with over this past year. So of course that includes Aki, Stamp, Frosty for all the Mario Party shenanigans we've gotten up to. Layla as well for not only joining me for the birthday stream during her subathon, but also inviting me to the Fall Guys collab yesterday. And I do, of course, want to thank everyone who was part of that as well. That was incredibly fun. And then, of course, there was the Jingle Jam Mario Kart tournament I did on Saturday as well. That was a load of fun. Yeah, I'd like to thank everyone involved in that for having me join in. So yeah. Oh, it's been one hell of a year. Yeah. We aren't going to be stopping anytime soon. We will be back in January. As soon as I get back up to uni, I will be back. And we will be continuing on with a few things from this year, such as playing through every Sonic game. We'll be finishing off Sonic Unleashed during that first week back, and then we will be continuing on through with Sonic and the Black Knight, Sonic Colors, Sonic Generations, Sonic Lost World, Sonic Forces, Sonic Frontiers, and Shadow Generations. Then, of course, we will have NXT Spring and NXT Summer coming up next year. We'll be playing in those as well. And, of course, I have mentioned already, I do want to play through the Turnip Boy games next year. And there's a few other games that I want to play through next year as well. But yeah. This year's been really good for... This year's been a great year. And yeah, hopefully we can make the next year as good as well. Yeah. Oh... Yeah, that has been a heck of a ride this year. And yeah, I'd like to thank... Yeah, no, before we finish up, I would like to thank each and every one of you who has tuned in, who has followed, who has donated to the Jingle Jam fundraiser. Every single one of you who has been here for any stream this year, thank you all so much for watching. You have really helped make this year an incredible year. And yeah, with that all said and done, it's time. It is time for the last time this year for me to say goodbye. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have all enjoyed everything I've done this year, and I look forward to seeing you in the new year. And yeah, I hope to see you all next time. Peace the fuck out.